Curious why Singapore's living costs are so high? Singapore consistently ranks as one of the most expensive cities in the world to live in, and there are several reasons behind this reputation. First, it's a small island nation with limited space, which makes real estate really pricey. Many people want to live there due to its vibrant economy and high quality of life, pushing demand for housing sky high. On top of that, Singapore is a global business hub, attracting multinational companies and a skilled workforce. This economic magnetism contributes to high salaries, which can also drive up costs for goods and services. Let's not forget the upscale lifestyle options available. Everything from top-notch restaurants to luxury shopping, all of which can lighten your wallet significantly. Moreover, the government imposes taxes on certain goods to manage consumption, impacting everyday expenses. While life in Singapore can be costly, many residents enjoy a strong public infrastructure, excellent health care, and a safe environment, which often makes the investment worthwhile. What if I told you about a bubbling wonder? The Champagne Pool in Waiatapu, New Zealand, is a stunning natural spectacle that leaves visitors in awe. Named for its effervescent bubbles that mimic the fizz of champagne, this geothermal gem boasts vibrant blue-green waters that sparkle under the sunlight. The pool, which reaches high temperatures due to its volcanic surroundings, is not only visually captivating, but also plays host to a unique ecosystem. Its colors arise from minerals like sulfur and silica, creating a kaleidoscope that's truly one of a kind. As the bubbling waters release steam and gas, it's like watching a natural glass of bubbly come to life. Yet it's not just for the eyes. The pool's hot temperatures often lead to interesting geological formations around the edges. If you venture to Waiatapu, be sure to take in the surreal beauty of this thermal wonder. Just remember, while it looks inviting, the waters are boiling hot and not for swimming. So a camera is your best friend here to capture the shimmering magic of this geothermal marvel. Can you believe where Chicago's nickname came from? The Windy City is a title that's often thought to refer to the chilly gusts that sweep through the city, but there's more to the story. This nickname actually traces back to the late 19th century, during a time when Chicago was bustling with ambition and pride. As the city prepared for the grand 1893 World's Columbian Exposition, its politicians and promoters were known for their grandiose speeches filled with lofty claims about Chicago's greatness. Their speeches were so lengthy and boastful that the term windy came to symbolize this overflowing rhetoric rather than the weather itself. This was a unique way to highlight a city that was brimming with confidence and trying to make its mark on the nation and the world. So while Chicago does experience its fair share of breezy weather, its nickname owes more to the spirited conversations and pride of its citizens than the blustering winds rolling off Lake Michigan. Next time you're in Chicago, remember that the wind might just be the size of all those proud voices from the past. Ever thought about why termites build skyscrapers? Those towering mud mounds dotting the savannas aren't just dirt piles, they're architectural marvels of natural engineering. Inside, an intricate system of tunnels, vents, and fungal gardens thrives, all maintained at stable temperature and humidity levels. Termites use a form of climate control by opening and closing vents to regulate airflow and gas exchange, keeping the internal environment ideal for their symbiotic fungi. These fungi break down plant material, turning it into digestible food for the colony. Researchers have studied termite mounds to inspire sustainable architecture. Their passive cooling system has influenced the design of modern, energy-efficient buildings in cities like Harare, Zimbabwe. It's nature's version of green architecture. No blueprints, no HVAC systems, just millions of tiny builders with a shared goal. Get this odd fact about the Faroe Islands. Believe it or not, this beautiful archipelago, an autonomous region of Denmark, boasts more sheep than people. With around 80,000 sheep grazing across its lush landscapes, the population of the islands stands at about 50,000 humans. This sheep-to-person ratio makes the islands a unique spot for animal lovers and curious travelers alike. The sheep roam freely across the rugged terrains, often seen enjoying the rolling hills and dramatic cliffs that the Faroe Islands are famous for. Local residents have embraced this woolly abundance, and sheep farming is an important part of the culture and economy there. The wool is used for traditional clothing, and lamb is a delicacy in many local dishes. Moreover, these charming creatures have become a symbol of the islands, enhancing the picturesque scenery with their fluffy presence. So the next time you think about remote islands, remember the Faroe Islands and their playful little sheep, where the grazing population outweighs humans, giving it a distinct rural charm. Ever tried a pencil for a mood boost? It might sound a bit silly, but popping a pencil in your mouth can genuinely lift your spirits. This quirky trick works because when you hold a pencil between your teeth, you engage the same muscles that you use when you smile. Your brain picks up on this physical cue and starts to produce feel-good hormones, like endorphins, which can help improve your mood. It's a fascinating example of how our body language and physical expressions can influence our emotions. In fact, psychologists suggest that the way we hold our facial muscles affects our mood. So next time you're feeling a bit down or stressed, grab a pencil and give it a go. Not only is it a fun and unexpected way to cheer yourself up, but it's also a reminder that we often have more control over our feelings than we might think. Whether you're in the classroom or at home, this simple technique could turn your frown upside down and bring a smile to your face. You won't believe how birds use balloons to flirt. Male frigate birds take courtship to sky-high levels, literally. During mating season, they inflate giant red throat sacs, gular pouches, to the size of a football, turning themselves into floating heart-shaped beacons. They gather on island breeding grounds and flap their wings, shake their heads, and emit drumming calls to stand out from the crowd. The females fly overhead, scanning for the most vibrant, symmetrical, and rhythmically pulsating display. The brighter and better the balloon, the higher the chance of mating. This competition fuels one of the most dramatic mating rituals in the animal world. Scientists have found a direct link between pouch size and mating success, making this flashy signal a powerful evolutionary advantage. You might be amazed by Japan's unique culture. Japan is a dazzling blend of the old and the new, and it's no wonder that millions flock to its vibrant cities and serene landscapes each year. When you think of Japan, images of bustling Tokyo streets filled with neon lights might come to mind, but the culture runs much deeper. Traditional Japanese women often embody a remarkable balance of modernity and family values. They are known for their dedication to family life, playing pivotal roles in nurturing their children and upholding age-old customs. However, they're also embracing the contemporary world, pursuing education and careers with enthusiasm. This mix of respect for tradition and a pursuit of modern aspirations creates a unique lifestyle that many admire. Moreover, the country's focus on cleanliness, exceptional public transport, and delectable cuisine add to the allure for locals and visitors alike. Whether you're drawn to the peacefulness of a tea ceremony or the excitement of cherry blossom festivals, Japan offers a rich tapestry of experiences that capture hearts from all walks of life. Why does Taiwan's train system impress the world? Taiwan's THSR, or high-speed rail, is nothing short of a marvel, zipping passengers across the island at a breathtaking speed of 300 kilometers per hour. Imagine traveling from the bustling north in Taipei to the sunny south in Kaohsiung in just around 90 minutes. Perfect for both business trips and spontaneous weekend getaways. This rail system makes exploring Taiwan's stunning landscapes and vibrant cities super easy and efficient. But that's not all. Taiwan has made sure that staying connected is a breeze with its nationwide public Wi-Fi network, cleverly named iTaiwan. Available in numerous places like train stations, airports, and even while riding the THSR, this free internet access allows you to share your adventures online or plan your next stop without a hitch. Combined, these features make Taiwan a tech-savvy traveler's paradise, blending speed with connectivity, enhancing your journey from start to finish. Turns out mantises are genuine aerial snipers. Camouflaged as twigs or leaves, mantises might appear peaceful, but they are among the deadliest predators of the insect world. Their eyes, made of thousands of visual units, form 3D images with razor-sharp depth perception, letting them track even the smallest movements. When prey is in range, the mantis doesn't pounce blindly. It slows its heartbeat, locks into position, and launches a rapid, calculated strike in just 40 milliseconds. Its spiked forelegs act like spring-loaded traps, capturing prey with over 90% success. Some species even snatch insects out of the air with shocking accuracy. Evolution has equipped mantises with everything a sniper needs: camouflage, stillness, precision vision, and instant reaction time. They are living proof that small size doesn't mean small skill. Did you know Ryan Reynolds has his own gin brand? That's right. The talented actor, famous for his hilarious roles in action-packed films, took a sip of a different kind of adventure when he acquired a stake in Aviation Gin in 2018. This American gin is known for its smooth flavor, crafted from a mix of botanicals that create a unique profile, making it an ideal choice for cocktails or sipping neat. Ryan didn't just put his name on a bottle. He actively involved himself in the brand's growth, even appearing in fun and cheeky advertisements that showcase his personality. His passion for the product is clear, and it resonates with fans and gin enthusiasts alike. Under his guidance, Aviation Gin has gained a loyal following thanks to its quality and Reynolds' charm. It's a fascinating example of how celebrities are not just actors, but also entrepreneurs, exploring new opportunities beyond the big screen. So next time you enjoy a cocktail, you might just raise a glass to Ryan Reynolds and his delicious contribution to the gin world. Is it really possible that birds sleep in flight? It sounds like science fiction, but some birds, like frigate birds and swifts, can literally sleep while flying. Researchers used tiny EEG sensors to monitor brain activity and discovered that these birds use unihemispheric slow-wave sleep, resting one side of the brain while the other stays awake. This unique ability allows them to soar across oceans for days or weeks without landing. They can stay alert enough to navigate, avoid obstacles, and maintain balance, all while giving their brains periodic rest. This adaptation is crucial for species that can't land safely on water or lack feeding spots mid-journey. It's an incredible evolutionary response to the challenge of long-distance migration. These birds are the only known vertebrates capable of combining motion and sleep so seamlessly, proving that nature finds rest, even in midair. Believe it or not, thunder travels far and wide. It might surprise you to learn that the rumble of thunder can be heard from as far as 15 miles away. However, this distance isn't set in stone. It can change based on how intense the storm is and how big it is. When lightning strikes, it heats the air around it to a staggering temperature, causing a rapid expansion of air that creates sound waves. This is the thunder we hear. If the storm is large and the thunder is particularly loud, those sound waves can travel even further, especially if the atmospheric conditions are just right. On the other hand, during smaller storms, you might only catch a distant crack or rumble. Many factors come into play, like humidity and wind direction, which can influence how sound travels. So next time you hear thunder rumbling in the distance, remember it's not just a loud boom. It's a sign of nature's power reaching out miles away. Double the charm. Did you know Sri Lanka has 2 capitals? You might be surprised to learn that this beautiful island nation boasts not 1, but 2 distinct capitals. Sri Jayawardenepura Koti serves as the administrative heart, where decisions are made and government buildings quietly stand amidst serene surroundings. It has a peaceful vibe, with lush greenery and elegant architecture, making it a lovely escape from the hustle and bustle of city life. On the other hand, there's Colombo, the commercial powerhouse that's always buzzing with energy. This vibrant city is a fascinating blend of the old and the new, where colonial-era buildings sit side by side with modern skyscrapers. In Colombo, you can dive into a lively mix of markets, shops, and street food, making it a paradise for any foodie. The contrast between Kota's calm and Colombo's lively atmosphere showcases the diverse spirit of Sri Lanka, highlighting its rich history and dynamic present. Together, these 2 capitals tell a story of a nation that beautifully balances tradition and modernity. Have you ever seen a double rainbow in the sky? A double rainbow is truly one of nature's most enchanting spectacles. Picture this. As sunlight breaks through after a storm, it hits raindrops hanging in the air, acting like tiny prisms that bend and split the light into a dazzling array of colors. This incredible optical phenomenon features two concentric rainbows, with the brighter, more vivid inner rainbow and a fainter outer one that appears in reverse order of colors. The deeper you observe, the more magic you can find. The outer rainbow is usually a lot wider and can sometimes take on a soft, pastel look. People often feel awe when witnessing this breathtaking display, and many cultures have linked double rainbows to good luck or even a sign of something special on the horizon. So the next time you see one, take a moment to appreciate the science behind it and revel in the beauty that nature offers. These colorful arcs remind us of the wonders that can emerge from rain and sunshine alike. Think a fruit can stink? Meet the durian. This spiky tropical fruit is notorious for its powerful aroma, which some people describe as a mix of rotten onions, turpentine, and raw sewage. It's so pungent that many hotels and public transport systems in Southeast Asia have banned it outright. Imagine checking into a hotel and being told you can't bring in your favorite snack. Despite its smell, the durian has a dedicated fan base. People who love durian swear by its creamy texture and sweet flavor, often comparing it to a custard-like treat. It's even lovingly called the king of fruits in places like Malaysia and Thailand. The strong smell comes from a combination of compounds that release when the fruit is ripe. Interestingly, while some find the scent off-putting, others are drawn to it, showing just how different our taste buds can be. So if you ever get the chance to taste durian, take a deep breath and dive in. It might just surprise you. Ready for a gruesome history lesson? The guillotine, often recognized as a grim symbol of the French Revolution, is a device that makes many shudder with its chilling association with executions. But it's fascinating to uncover the rationale behind its use. This notorious machine featured a razor-sharp blade that was suspended by a rope. When the time came, the prisoner's head was carefully placed within a wooden frame, and with a swift drop of the blade, the head was severed from the body in a matter of seconds. Surprisingly, at the time, this method was viewed as one of the more humane forms of execution. It was designed to be quick and efficient, which stood in stark contrast to more torturous methods that were commonplace before its invention. Introduced in the late 18th century, the guillotine was touted by its proponents as a way to level the playing field, offering the same fate regardless of social class. Today, while we associate it with dark chapters in history, it prompts us to reflect on how societies grapple with justice and punishment throughout the ages. What if I told you selfies have been around since 1839? It might sound surprising, but the very first recorded selfie was snapped by a man named Robert Cornelius. This guy wasn't just any photographer. He was a true pioneer in the world of photography in the United States. Picture this. Cornelius set up his camera in front of his family's shop in Philadelphia, removed the lens cap, and stood there patiently for several minutes, letting the light capture his likeness. Back then, getting a photo wasn't as quick as a tap on your phone. Instead, it took quite a bit of time, so Cornelius had to stay perfectly still to ensure a clear image. When he finally revealed his selfie, it marked a significant moment in the history of photography. How wild is that? Today, we can snap selfies in an instant, but Cornelius's picture was a big deal during his time. It reminds us how far technology has come and how capturing our own image has fascinated people for centuries. Explore the incredible story of Australia's dingo fence. This massive structure is not just an ordinary fence. It stretches over 5,600 kilometers, making it one of the longest fences in the world. Built during the 1880s to protect crops and livestock from roaming dingoes, this remarkable barrier runs through some of the most rugged and varied landscapes of Australia. The dingo fence starts in the eastern part of Queensland and runs all the way to the cliffs near the Nullarbor Plain in the west. Along its path, farmers have worked hard to keep their animals safe from these wild dogs, which can be both clever and cunning hunters. Interestingly, the fence has also become home to various wildlife, with goats, kangaroos, and even some birds finding refuge along its length. It's a fascinating example of human ingenuity in the face of nature's challenges. Plus, for many, the dingo fence has become a symbol of the Australian outback, highlighting the relationship between agriculture and wildlife management in a land known for its extremes. Who knew a fence could tell such a rich tale? Why do butterflies taste everything with their feet? Butterflies have chemoreceptors on their feet that let them taste surfaces simply by standing on them. When a butterfly lands on a plant, these sensors immediately analyze sugar content, toxins, and suitability for egg laying. Female butterflies rely on this ability to select the perfect leaves where caterpillars will later hatch and feed. Choosing the wrong plant could be deadly for the next generation, so accuracy is crucial. These taste sensors also help butterflies find the richest nectar sources, making their feeding more efficient. This system saves time and energy, allowing butterflies to make split-second decisions without needing to bite or test with their mouths. It's like having a tongue on your toes, functional, efficient, and vital for survival. Nature gave butterflies the ability to taste the world with every graceful step. Surprisingly, octopuses change not only their color, but also the texture of their skin. Octopuses are the ultimate shapeshifters, not just changing hues, but morphing into entirely different surface textures. Thanks to thousands of specialized muscle-controlled structures called papillae, they can transform their skin from glassy, smooth to spiky and rough in milliseconds. These changes help them blend flawlessly into coral reefs, rocky floors, or seaweed fields, creating camouflage so perfect they virtually vanish. But their abilities go beyond mere instinct. Scientists have found that octopuses observe, remember, and adapt their camouflage patterns based on learned experiences and their environment, demonstrating surprising intelligence. This means they don't just react, they choose. Their camouflage isn't just a reflex, it's a calculated dynamic response, combining memory, observation, and neural coordination in one of nature's most advanced natural disguises. Did you know Sweden is a giant in Europe? Spanning roughly 450,000 square kilometers, Sweden ranks as the fifth largest country on the continent. To put that in perspective, that's about 4.5% the size of the entire United States. With a population of around 10.5 million, this Scandinavian treasure is not just about land. It boasts a stunning coastline that stretches over 3,200 kilometers, sprinkled with thousands of gorgeous islands waiting to be explored. Picture serene lakes and lush forests, as approximately 70% of Sweden is covered in trees, creating the perfect backdrop for outdoor adventures. From hiking in national parks to kayaking in crystal-clear waters, nature lovers find their slice of paradise here. Sweden's landscapes range from vibrant urban life in cities like Stockholm to the peaceful tranquility of its wilderness. The natural beauty of the country is not just a feast for the eyes, it's a sanctuary for a diverse array of wildlife and a cherished part of the Swedish way of life. So whether you're a nature enthusiast, a history buff, or just curious about different cultures, Sweden offers a little something for everyone. Could sea urchins use their spines for more than defense? At first glance, a sea urchin looks like a slow-moving, spiky ball, but these sharp protrusions are far more versatile than they seem. Sea urchins use their spines for locomotion, gently nudging themselves along rocks or coral reefs while their tube feet provide suction and control. The spines also act as sensory tools, detecting shifts in water flow and nearby movement. Some species even carry pieces of shell or debris with their spines for camouflage or protection. In many tropical varieties, spines are tipped with venom, capable of stunning small prey or deterring predators. And deep beneath the surface, the spines work as a defense, shield, and even a mobility aid, turning the urchin into a quiet but efficient ecosystem engineer. Beneath the armor is a living machine, maintaining coral balance, cleaning the seabed, and surviving in some of the harshest marine environments on Earth. Have you ever seen an ad change the game? In 2011, Chrysler took a bold step in their advertising strategy by featuring the iconic rapper Eminem alongside a powerful gospel choir in a commercial that would turn heads and spark conversations. With a hefty budget of $4 million, this high-profile campaign wasn't just about flashy cars. It aimed to tell a compelling story about American resilience and innovation. Set against the backdrop of Detroit, the ad celebrated the city's rich musical heritage while highlighting Chrysler's revival in the automotive industry. The result? A stunning visual and auditory experience that resonated with millions. The campaign captured the essence of hard work and determination, striking a chord with viewers across various demographics. It amassed over 16 million views on YouTube, proving that sometimes the right combination of music, emotion, and narrative can create a memorable impact. This unforgettable moment in advertising showcased how a brand can connect deeply with its audience, transforming a typical car commercial into a cultural statement. Smart folks often bite their tongues, but why? It turns out that intelligent people often find themselves feeling irritated by things that might not bother others. Instead of lashing out in frustration, they usually opt to stay silent. This behavior comes down to a combination of emotional intelligence and self-awareness. They recognize that shouting or getting involved in pointless arguments doesn't fix the issue. It often just adds fuel to the fire. By choosing to hold back their reactions, these individuals preserve their peace and keep unnecessary drama at bay. They pick their battles carefully, focusing on what really matters instead of wasting energy on trivial annoyances. This approach not only helps maintain their tranquility, but also sets a positive example for those around them. So next time you see someone staying cool in a tense situation, remember that they might just be exercising their smarts by thinking before reacting, something we could all learn from. Can you believe this unique gliding creature exists? The colugo, often called the Malayan flying lemur, might sound like a cute little mammal flitting around in the trees, but it's actually a fascinating example of evolution at work. Despite its name, it's not a lemur at all and doesn't truly fly like a bat. Instead, the colugo glides gracefully between trees in Southeast Asian jungles, using a special membrane that stretches from its neck to the tips of its limbs. This allows it to travel impressive distances, often up to 150 meters in a single glide. What's even more intriguing is that colugos are more closely related to primates, such as monkeys and apes, than to bats, although they may share some similar gliding adaptations. They thrive in the canopy, where their thick fur helps them blend into the leaves, making them tricky to spot. These nocturnal creatures are mostly herbivores, munching on leaves, flowers, and fruits, and they play a vital role in their ecosystem by helping to disperse seeds. So next time you think about flying animals, don't forget this amazing glider from the treetops. Did you know that sleep cleanses your brain? When we drift off into a deep slumber, something amazing happens. Our brains kick into high gear to clean up and repair themselves. This essential process is known as autophagy, where the brain clears out damaged cells and toxins, keeping everything running smoothly. Think of it as a nightly maintenance routine. Just like we tidy up our homes, our brains need a good cleanup too. However, if you're not getting enough quality sleep, this crucial cleaning can't happen as effectively. Poor sleep leads to brain fog, making it hard to concentrate or remember things. Imagine waking up feeling like your brain is still stuck in quicksand. That's why it's so important to prioritize good sleep habits. Getting enough rest not only helps your body recharge, but also ensures your brain is fresh, focused, and ready to take on the day. So next time you hit the pillow, remember, you're not just resting, you're giving your brain the chance to do its amazing cleanup work. Did you know your eyes reveal your diet? It's true, the positioning of an animal's eyes can tell us a lot about what they eat and how they survive. Carnivores, like lions and eagles, have their eyes positioned at the front of their heads. This gives them excellent depth perception, helping them zero in on their prey with pinpoint accuracy. Imagine a lion stealthily moving through the grass, its sharp gaze locked on a gazelle. Now let's flip the script to herbivores. Think cows and rabbits. They have eyes located on the sides of their heads, allowing them to have a wider field of vision. This adaptation helps them keep an eye out for potential predators lurking nearby. With their panoramic sight, they can spot danger from almost any angle, making it easier to escape before it's too late. So next time you look at an animal, take a moment to notice where their eyes are. It's more than just a pretty face. It's a survival tool reflecting each creature's unique role in nature. Is it really true that Navajo guides enhance landscapes? Absolutely. When you explore the breathtaking landscapes of the Navajo Nation, having a Navajo guide can elevate your experience in ways you might not expect. These guides offer deep insights into the land, sharing stories and traditions that connect the stunning visuals to their rich cultural heritage. For instance, they explain why certain rock formations hold special significance or how the land plays a crucial role in their spiritual practices. Imagine standing before monumental cliffs or the expansive desert and hearing tales of ancient legends and their ancestors' way of life. This connection transforms your visit from simply sightseeing to a meaningful journey, helping you grasp the beauty of the scenery through the lens of Navajo culture. With every step, you learn about plants that are used for medicine, waves of history that shape the land, and the ongoing relationship that the Navajo people maintain with their environment. So next time you consider exploring these magnificent landscapes, remember the stories the Navajo guides can tell. Hard to believe, but borders can be peaceful. The Canada-US border stretches an impressive 5,525 miles, making it the longest international border in the world without military patrols. This unique aspect of the border fosters a sense of mutual trust and cooperation between the two nations. Both countries share not only vast landscapes, but also a strong economic partnership and cultural ties. Despite the extensive length, the border is marked by friendly customs and immigration regulations, rather than military presence. You might think of borders as places of conflict, but here it's about smooth passage and connection. People cross back and forth for work, family visits, or just to enjoy nature in places like the stunning national parks that straddle the line between the two countries. Interestingly, the peaceful nature of this border has allowed for a variety of joint initiatives, including environmental conservation projects and disaster responses. This friendly border shows that nations can coexist without tension, proving that sometimes peace really is the key to a flourishing relationship. Dive into the world's largest swimming pool. This remarkable oasis is located at the San Alfonso del Mar Resort in Algarrobo, Chile, stretching an astonishing 1,013 meters, which is roughly the length of 10 football fields. Imagine a shimmering expanse of water so vast that it contains over 66 million gallons of crystal clear seawater. This incredible pool isn't just impressive for its size. It boasts a vibrant blue color that sparkles under the sun, making it look like a slice of paradise. You could spend hours leisurely paddling around, or even take part in various water sports like kayaking or sailing. The pool was completed in 2006 and has drawn visitors from around the globe, curious to see this amazing feat of engineering and natural beauty. Its unique design allows for calm swimming despite being right by the ocean, showcasing how human creativity can merge with nature. Whether you're diving in or lounging poolside, the sheer scale of this aquatic wonder is bound to leave you in awe. Ever thought about why Christmas feels so magical? Volunteers play a crucial role in making the holiday season special for children, ensuring that every kid gets a personalized reply to their letters. With countless letters arriving from children around the world, these dedicated individuals bring the spirit of Christmas to life. Each response is crafted with care, aiming to make every child feel valued and cherished. This year, organizations like the North Pole Workshop and other local charities have gathered volunteers who are passionate about preserving this tradition. They carefully read each letter, often adorned with drawings and wishes, and respond with warmth, encouragement, and sometimes even a simple toy suggestion. This personal touch helps to spark joy and maintain the wonder of Christmas, reminding children that their dreams matter. By dedicating their time, volunteers create a connection that goes beyond just letters. They build a sense of community and create memories that last a lifetime. Isn't it heartwarming to know that so many people are committed to spreading happiness during this joyful season? Guess what really drives Dunkin' Donuts' success? Founded in 1948 by William Rosenberg in Massachusetts, Dunkin' Donuts has become a beloved coffee and donut brand worldwide. With over 12,000 stores across 36 countries, it's hard to find a town without a Dunkin'. But what's the magic behind its popularity? The brand built its reputation on delivering a quick, delicious experience, making it perfect for busy mornings. Dunkin' offers a wide range of coffee drinks, from classic black to whimsical flavored options, catering to all taste buds. Did you know their signature coffee is brewed fresh throughout the day? This dedication to quality keeps customers coming back for their caffeine fix. Plus, Dunkin' isn't just about coffee. Their donuts, particularly the Boston cream and jelly varieties, are fan favorites. They've even expanded their menu to include breakfast sandwiches and snacks, appealing to those looking for a meal on the go. With a focus on customer experience and constant innovation, Dunkin' continues to thrive in a competitive market. So what's your favorite Dunkin' treat? Can you believe how affordable life in Cambodia is? This Southeast Asian gem offers an incredibly low cost of living while still providing a good quality of life that many dream of. Imagine waking up in a beautiful place where street food is not just delicious, but also friendly to your wallet. You can enjoy a hearty meal for just a couple of dollars. Housing costs are similarly friendly. Renting an apartment in bustling cities like Phnom Penh or Siem Reap is often significantly less than what you'd pay in many Western cities. But it's not just about saving money. Cambodia is rich in culture and nature, from ancient temples like Angkor Wat to stunning coastlines that are perfect for relaxation. The people are warm and hospitable, making you feel at home instantly. Plus, with a climate that's warm year-round, outdoor adventures await anyone willing to explore the jungles or relax on the beach. Overall, living in Cambodia allows you to experience a high quality of life without breaking the bank, making it an enticing option for expats and travelers alike. Get ready to experience the thrill of the Iditarod. This incredible race, known as the Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race, stretches over 1,000 miles through the wild and breathtaking landscapes of Alaska. Held every March, it's not just a race, it's an endurance test like no other, where mushers and their teams of sled dogs face fierce winds, biting cold, and sometimes even unexpected snowstorms. Imagine racing across frozen lakes in deep snow, navigating through remote wilderness, while temperatures can plunge well below zero. The race pays homage to the historic serum run to Nome in 1925, where brave mushers transported diphtheria medication to save lives during an outbreak. Today, mushers train for years, their dogs showcasing not only strength, but also teamwork and loyalty. Spectators can cheer on their favorites at festive starts and checkpoints along the route. With its mix of grueling challenges and incredible camaraderie, the Iditarod has become a symbol of adventure, resilience, and the bond between humans and dogs. Want to know how cows smell from far away? Cows are often seen grazing peacefully in the fields, but did you know they have an incredible sense of smell? These gentle giants can detect scents from up to 6 miles away. Imagine that, being able to sniff out your favorite snack from miles off. This keen sense is essential for their survival in the wild. It helps them find food, locate mates, and even sense danger. Cows have more olfactory receptors than humans, which means they can pick up on a variety of scents that we might completely miss. Their nose works like a sophisticated radar, detecting pheromones and other chemical signals in the environment. This ability to smell far and wide isn't just fascinating, it's crucial for their social behavior too. Cows use their noses to communicate with each other, forming bonds and keeping track of their herd members. So the next time you see a cow munching on grass, remember they're not just enjoying their meal, they're also tuned into a scent-filled world that extends miles beyond their pasture. Discover the stunning secrets of Torres del Paine Park. This breathtaking national park, nestled in Chilean Patagonia, is like a natural wonderland bursting with incredible sights. Imagine towering granite peaks that seem to touch the sky, colossal glaciers that glisten and crack as they move, and deep blue lakes that mirror the stunning landscape. It's no wonder that Torres del Paine is a favorite spot for outdoor enthusiasts, photographers, and nature lovers alike. The park covers over 700 square kilometers, offering visitors a chance to hike on well-maintained trails and witness diverse wildlife, including guanacos, Andean condors, and even elusive pumas. Each season transforms the park, with summer's flower blooming vibrantly and winter draping everything in a blanket of snow. Whether you're looking to challenge yourself with the famous W Trek, take a leisurely stroll, or simply soak in the stunning views, there's something for everyone. The park isn't just about eye-catching scenery, it's also a vital habitat for unique flora and fauna. So next time you dream of adventure, consider this remarkable gem of Chile. Guess why Liberia banned wild animal consumption? Following the devastating Ebola outbreak in 2014, Liberia made a bold move to protect public health by banning the consumption of wild animals. This decision was crucial because many of these animals can carry diseases that jump from animals to humans, putting entire communities at risk. But instead of leaving people without a source of protein, the government encouraged a sustainable alternative: breeding giant snails. These snails are not only fascinating with their impressive size and ability to reproduce rapidly, but they're also packed with protein, making them a nutritious food option. They require less space and resources to raise compared to traditional livestock, which is great for keeping the environment healthy. As locals embraced this new approach, giant snails became a popular ingredient in dishes, helping families stay healthy while sidestepping the risks associated with hunting wild animals. This shift highlights how we can adapt our food sources in the face of challenges while promoting both health and sustainability. What a lucky accident led to antibiotics. In 1928, something incredible happened in a messy lab. Alexander Fleming, a Scottish bacteriologist, was working on a project when he made a surprising discovery. After returning from a 2-week vacation, he noticed that some of his petri dishes, which contained colonies of Staphylococcus bacteria, had been contaminated by mold. But here's the fascinating part. Around the mold, the bacteria had disappeared. Intrigued, Fleming investigated further and found that the mold was producing a substance that killed the bacteria. This amazing substance was later named penicillin, marking the birth of the first true antibiotic. Fleming's accidental find revolutionized medicine, providing a powerful weapon against bacterial infections that had previously claimed countless lives. Thanks to penicillin, doctors could treat infections efficiently, changing the course of healthcare forever. What started as a simple mistake in a lab has saved millions of lives since then, proving that sometimes chance can lead to monumental breakthroughs. Surprising secrets of Madagascar's vanilla industry. Madagascar is a true treasure trove when it comes to flavor and fragrance, leading the world in vanilla production by supplying an astounding 80% of the global market. This tiny island nation, often dubbed the vanilla capital of the world, produces the highly sought-after bourbon vanilla, known for its rich and creamy flavor. But that's not all. Madagascar also plays a key role in the perfume world, serving as a major producer of cloves and ylang-ylang. Cloves, with their warm and spicy aroma, are crucial for both cooking and creating lovely fragrances. Meanwhile, ylang-ylang, known for its exotic floral scent, is a favorite ingredient in high-end perfumes. The island's unique climate and diverse ecosystems create the perfect conditions for these plants to thrive, making what might seem like a small place incredibly significant in global markets. So the next time you savor your favorite vanilla dessert or catch a whiff of a lovely perfume, remember that Madagascar's lush landscapes and hardworking farmers are behind those delightful experiences. Surprise, goldfish have impressive memories. It turns out that the notion of goldfish having only a 3-second memory is a total myth. Research shows these little swimmers can remember things for weeks or even months. Goldfish are smarter than we give them credit for. They can learn and recognize their owners, often swimming excitedly when they see familiar faces. This means they can differentiate between people and even associate them with feeding times. But that's not all. Goldfish have been known to navigate complex mazes, showing their ability to learn and adapt to their environment. What's more, they can remember routines and feeding schedules, ensuring they know when to expect their next snack. This ability to recall information helps them thrive in their surroundings, whether they are in a home aquarium or the wild. So the next time you catch a glimpse of your goldfish swimming around, remember that there's a lot more going on inside that little head than you might think. What if I told you about the first commercial flight? On January 1st, 1914, a momentous leap into the skies took place when the world's first commercial airplane flight lifted off from St. Petersburg to Tampa, Florida. This short jaunt, covering just 34 kilometers, took a mere 23 minutes, but it marked the beginning of a brand new era in transportation. The aircraft used was a Benoit 16, a small seaplane that could carry a single passenger alongside its pilot. Passengers back then had an adventure few could even dream of, soaring above the landscape, experiencing the thrill of flight, and enjoying stunning aerial views of Florida's coastline. While today, commercial flying is a routine part of life for millions. Back in 1914, it was a luxury few could afford and something the average person had never experienced. This inaugural journey had a ticket price of $5, comparable to about $150 today, appealing to those adventurous enough to step onto the clouds. It paved the way for commercial aviation as we know it, laying the foundation for the vast networks of flights we now see around the globe. Guess what the cockroach can teach us about nutrition? In the fascinating world of insects, some surprises can come from the unlikeliest of places. The cockroach species Diploptera punctata has garnered attention for its unique way of nurturing its young. Rather than laying eggs, these roaches produce a special substance filled with proteins, which they feed to their babies. This protein-rich food is actually more energy-dense than cow's milk, making it an intriguing candidate for a superfood. Researchers are exploring its potential, as its high nutritional value could offer a sustainable food source in the future. However, there's a catch. Right now, it isn't feasible to mass-produce this insect delicacy, so it remains more of a scientific curiosity than a staple on our dinner plates. So the next time you think about the cockroach, remember that this misunderstood creature has more to offer than just creepy crawly vibes. It could help shape new approaches to nutrition in a world eager for sustainable solutions. Hard to believe, but sea cucumbers sacrifice organs to survive. When danger strikes, the sea cucumber doesn't fight, it self-destructs. In a process called evisceration, this soft-bodied marine animal ejects its intestines, respiratory organs, and sometimes even its reproductive tissues through its anus, distracting predators with a slimy, sticky mess. But this isn't suicidal, it's strategic. The predator is left with a bizarre meal, and the cucumber crawls away, relatively unharmed. Within weeks, it regenerates its lost organs completely, a process that fascinates scientists studying human tissue repair and organ regeneration. This act of sacrificial defense is a remarkable example of how vulnerability can become survival. What looks like destruction is, in fact, controlled, calculated regeneration, proof that nature sometimes wins by giving something up. Hard to believe, but the Sonoran Desert is massive. This incredible expanse stretches across Arizona and California in the United States, as well as in the Mexican states of Sonora and Baja California, covering about 311,000 square kilometers. Imagine a landscape so vast that it's hard to picture. The Sonoran Desert is not only the largest desert in North America, but it's also one of the hottest places on Earth. Temperatures here have soared to a blistering 80 degrees Celsius, and that's around 176 degrees Fahrenheit. This extreme heat has turned the desert into a unique ecosystem, home to a variety of resilient plants and animals. From the iconic saguaro cactus, which can grow to be over 40 feet tall, to the peculiar rock formations and vibrant wildflowers that bloom after rain, there's so much more to this desert than just sand and sun. The diverse wildlife includes creatures like the Gila monster and the desert tortoise, both perfectly adapted to survive in such harsh conditions. Exploring the Sonoran Desert reveals a world filled with unexpected beauty and life, proving that even the harshest environments can be full of surprises. Believe it or not, the U.S. has 6 time zones. With regions stretching across vast distances, America experiences time differently depending on where you are. The 6 official time zones are Eastern, Central, Mountain, Pacific, Alaska, and Hawaii Aleutian. For instance, when the clock strikes 9 a.m. in New York City, folks in Honolulu, Hawaii, are just waking up at 4 a.m. This staggering difference can lead to some interesting scenarios. Imagine planning a phone call to a friend across the country and realizing they're still asleep. Understanding these time zones is crucial for everything from business meetings to catching your favorite TV shows live. The time system not only reflects the geography, but also the culture and lifestyle of each region. People in bustling New York may be busy sipping coffee and heading to work, while in Hawaii the sun is just starting to rise, inviting locals to enjoy the beautiful morning waves. So whether you are celebrating New Year's or planning a cross-country trip, keep in mind the time differences that create the incredible tapestry of American life. Coffee lovers, get ready for a sandy surprise. In Turkey, coffee isn't just brewed. It's a whole experience that's unlike anything you might imagine. Instead of the standard pots or machines, Turkish coffee is carefully made by heating it in hot sand, using a small copper container called a cezve. This method allows for a gradual and even warming of the coffee, creating a rich, full-bodied flavor that many say is unbeatable. As the cezve is placed in the sand, the grains inside bubble and froth just right, releasing aromatic oils that infuse the brew with its unique taste. It's not just about the coffee, though. It's a cultural ritual. Friends and family gather around as the coffee is slowly prepared, often sharing stories and good laughs while they wait. After brewing, the coffee is poured into small cups where the grounds settle at the bottom, a delightful essence that Turkish coffee lovers cherish. So if you ever find yourself in Turkey sipping from a cup of sand-brewed coffee, remember you're not just enjoying a drink, you're partaking in a centuries-old tradition. Hard to believe, but Jupiter's gravity is stunningly strong. Imagine standing on the surface of Jupiter, where the pull of gravity is about 2.5 times stronger than what we feel here on Earth. This means that if you weigh 100 pounds on our planet, you would feel like you weigh 250 pounds there. Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system, and its massive size means it has a powerful gravitational field that can influence everything from the orbits of its own moons to the paths of nearby asteroids. This immense gravity is what keeps Jupiter's thick atmosphere intact, filled with swirling clouds and vibrant storms, including the famous Great Red Spot, a massive storm that has raged for centuries. However, that same gravity would make it nearly impossible for us to stand or move about comfortably on Jupiter's surface. The crushing pressure and extreme conditions would be unlivable for humans as well. In fact, we wouldn't even find a solid surface to stand on, just a dense layer of gas that grows heavier the deeper you go. So, while Jupiter's gravity is a fascinating feature of this giant planet, it reminds us just how different and extreme our solar system can be. Have you ever wondered why Yorktown changed history? The Siege of Yorktown in 1781 wasn't just another battle. It was a turning point in the American Revolutionary War. American and French forces teamed up to outsmart the British, led by General Cornwallis. The strategy was brilliant. While the British thought they were safe, a mix of clever maneuvers and determined fighting surrounded them on all sides. Beginning in September, the siege lasted weeks until the British found themselves running out of supplies and reinforcements. On October 17th, Cornwallis realized he had no way to escape. His surrender marked a decisive moment that shifted the balance of power in favor of the American colonies. This victory not only boosted the morale of the American and French troops, but also caught the attention of other nations, paving the way for future support. Ultimately, Yorktown led to negotiations that would grant America its independence, forever altering the course of history. Isn't it fascinating how one battle can change everything? Who would have thought the axolotl regenerates lost limbs without a scar? The axolotl, Ambystoma mexicanum, a rare Mexican amphibian, is a biological wonder frozen in a larval state, retaining gills and aquatic habits throughout its life. But its real superpower is regeneration. Axolotls can regrow entire limbs, spinal cords, parts of the brain, and even portions of the heart without leaving a trace of scarring. Instead of forming fibrous tissue, they create a blastema, cells that behave like embryonic stem cells, rebuilding complex structures with precision. Scientists are decoding the axolotl genome to understand the genes responsible, hoping to apply this knowledge to human tissue repair and spinal cord injuries. In labs, axolotls have already advanced research in limb regrowth and cancer resistance. This permanently youthful creature holds answers to some of biology's most profound medical questions. Can you believe your keyboard is biased? It turns out that when you're typing on a QWERTY keyboard, your left hand does about 56% of the work. This happens because the most commonly used letters, like A, S, D, F, and more, are mostly on the left side. So if you think typing is a breeze, your left hand might disagree. Now you might wonder if there's a fairer option, and that's where the Dvorak keyboard comes in. Designed in the 1930s, the Dvorak layout aims to balance the load between both hands more evenly. It places frequently used letters under your strongest fingers, allowing for smoother typing and less finger fatigue. Some studies even suggest that people can type faster and with fewer errors on a Dvorak layout. So if you're a typing enthusiast, it's worth exploring. In a way, our keyboard layout reflects a quirky aspect of human design and efficiency, showing that even the simplest tools can have surprising impacts on how we work and interact with our world. Believe it or not, the immortal jellyfish cheats death. The tiny jellyfish, Turritopsis dohrnii, has baffled scientists with its near-magical ability to reverse its own aging. After reaching adulthood, it can revert its cells to a juvenile state and start life anew, effectively cycling between maturity and youth indefinitely, unless it's eaten or otherwise fatally injured. This process, known as transdifferentiation, allows specialized cells to become stem-like and then respecialize, rebuilding the body from the inside out. It's not just a parlor trick of the sea, it's a biological mystery with implications for regenerative medicine and the science of longevity. The jellyfish's cycle of immortality reveals the astounding potential of cellular flexibility and reminds us that nature has already cracked secrets that science is only beginning to understand. Here's something incredible about how our body cleans itself. When cells inside our body die, a special kind of white blood cell called phagocytes steps in to do some vital housekeeping. This remarkable process, known as phagocytosis, is essential for keeping us healthy. Imagine these phagocytes as tiny janitors scouring your body, looking for dead or damaged cells that need to be cleaned up. As they find these unwanted cellular remnants, they engulf and digest them, breaking everything down into smaller, usable parts. This not only helps remove debris, but also recycles valuable materials, giving your body a much-needed boost. Phagocytosis is part of our immune response, playing an important role in protecting us from infections and diseases by clearing out old cells and making way for new, healthy ones. So every time you get a scratch or catch a cold, remember that your body has a fantastic cleanup crew quietly working behind the scenes, ensuring you stay in tip-top shape. You won't believe this fascinating blobfish secret. Often dubbed the ugliest animal in the world, the blobfish has a surprisingly interesting story that dives deep into the ocean's mysterious depths. Found along the coasts of Australia and Tasmania, blobfish inhabit waters that can be over 100 and 300 yards deep, where pressure is far higher than what we experience on land. At these depths, survival is no small feat, and that's where the blobfish's unique appearance plays a crucial role. Unlike most fish, the blobfish is mostly made of a gelatinous substance that's less dense than water. This special adaptation allows it to float effortlessly above the ocean floor without using much energy. Their blob-like figure might not win any beauty contests, but it is perfectly suited for a life where swimming isn't necessary. Instead, they spend their time lounging around, snacking on smaller creatures like shrimp and jellyfish as they drift by. So while it may look a bit strange to us, the blobfish is a fascinating example of how life can adapt to the challenges of extreme environments. Surprisingly, it's a fact that Velcro can be quiet. The US military has developed a special type of Velcro designed to create minimal noise. Traditional Velcro is famous for its satisfying ripping sound, which can be a disadvantage in stealthy situations, like when soldiers need to remain undetected. This innovative version reduces the ripping noise by over 95%, allowing troops to move more quietly in the field. The development of this silent Velcro involved new materials and design techniques that help it stick, but without the loud snap we're all familiar with. Imagine a soldier sneaking through the woods or a tactical team deploying in a sensitive area. Every sound matters. With this quieter Velcro, the military can enhance its operational effectiveness while maintaining the element of surprise. This advancement not only serves in military applications, but also shows potential for use in various industries, from outdoor gear to fashion, making our everyday lives a bit more peaceful. Have you ever thought about how something so simple could have such a big impact? You won't believe what flows in Antarctica. At the stunning Taylor Island, there's a remarkable sight known as the Blood Falls, captivating all who visit. This striking waterfall is not your typical cascade of clear blue water. Instead, it pours out a deep, eerie red, reminiscent of blood, which certainly raises eyebrows and sparks curiosity. But what causes this unusual hue? The secret lies in the iron-rich water seeping out from beneath the glacier. As the salty water, which is extremely saline and acidic, flows to the surface, it oxidizes once it comes into contact with the air, transforming into that striking red color. This phenomenon is both mesmerizing and scientifically intriguing. The Blood Falls are a fantastic example of how Earth's unique conditions can create striking natural wonders. Despite its unsettling appearance, the water is a product of a complex geological process taking place beneath the icy surface, showcasing the incredible diversity of life and environments that exist even in the most extreme conditions like Antarctica. Did you know the universe is mind-bogglingly huge? The observable universe stretches an astonishing 93 billion light-years in diameter. That's a number so large it's hard to wrap your head around. Just to put it in perspective, a light-year is the distance that light travels in 1 year, which is nearly 6 trillion miles. Imagine a cosmic road trip that never ends. The universe isn't just vast in size, it's also filled with countless galaxies, stars, and planets. Astronomers estimate there are about 2 trillion galaxies out there, each containing millions or even billions of stars. The light we see from these distant objects has traveled for millions or even billions of years to reach our eyes, meaning we're looking back in time as well as across unimaginable distances. This incredible stretch of space has formed since the Big Bang, which occurred around 13.8 billion years ago. Although we can only see a fraction of the universe, scientists are constantly exploring and discovering new wonders that deepen our understanding of space. So next time you look up at the night sky, remember that infinity is out there, just waiting for us to explore. Here's a wild connection you didn't see coming. A giraffe's tongue is sunproof. A giraffe's tongue is not only impressively long, up to 50 centimeters, it's also a multifunctional tool adapted for life under the sun. Its purplish-black color isn't just unusual, it protects against sunburn. While giraffes spend up to 12 hours a day reaching for thorny acacia leaves, their tongues remain exposed, so the dark pigment acts like built-in sunscreen. The tongue is also prehensile and tough, allowing giraffes to grasp branches, strip leaves, and avoid thorns with ease. Its surface is covered in bristle-like papillae, and its saliva is antibacterial, helping heal cuts and prevent infection. The tongue even plays a role in social grooming and caring for young. Flexible, sun-safe, and strong, it's not just a tongue, it's a savanna survival toolkit in action. This might surprise you. Thousands of crosses in Lithuania. Picture a hillside, bathed in sunlight and adorned with tens of thousands of crosses, each one telling a unique story. The Hill of Crosses, a remarkable pilgrimage site in Lithuania, has become a powerful symbol of faith and resilience. For centuries, Christian pilgrims from all walks of life have hiked to this sacred spot, leaving behind wooden, metal, and even decorative crosses as tokens of their devotion. But it's not just a place of worship. It also stands as a testament to the Lithuanian spirit during the dark days of Soviet occupation. From the 1940s onwards, when religious expressions were heavily suppressed, local people secretly returned to the hill to place crosses, turning it into a bold declaration of their beliefs and identity. Walking through this serene yet striking landscape, you can't help but feel the weight of history and the strength of hope that fills the air. Today, this hill is not only a must-see for visitors, it reminds everyone of the enduring power of faith, freedom, and the unbreakable human spirit. Have you ever experienced a day of silence? The Nyepi festival in Bali, also known as the Day of Silence, is a unique celebration that halts all activity across the entire island. This Balinese Hindu holiday marks the start of the new year and is all about recharging and diving into self-reflection. As the sun rises on Nyepi, the typically vibrant streets of Bali transform into a tranquil, serene landscape. No cars, no bustling markets, and even no flights in or out for the day. Instead, everyone turns inward, taking the time to meditate, pray, and contemplate the year gone by. The atmosphere is so peaceful that even the animals seem to understand the importance of the day. While it may sound unusual to stop everything for a day, this practice helps the Balinese focus on nature, community, and personal growth. It's a refreshing pause, allowing everyone to reset and prepare for the year ahead, filled with hope and new beginnings. So if you're thinking of visiting Bali around this time, get ready for some serious stillness. Can you imagine a frog this big? The bullfrog, hailing from the southeastern United States, isn't your ordinary amphibian. It's actually the largest frog species in North America. These remarkable creatures can reach lengths of up to 25 centimeters, making them quite a sight to behold. With their broad, rounded bodies and powerful legs, bullfrogs are built for both swimming and leaping, perfect for life in ponds, marshes, and lakes. They have a distinctive, deep, croaky call that can often be heard echoing through the wetlands, especially during mating season. This call not only attracts females, but also establishes territory among rival males. Bullfrogs are known for their impressive appetite, munching on insects, small fish, and even other frogs. Their quick reflexes and strong hind legs help them catch prey swiftly. While they are fascinating to observe, bullfrogs play an essential role in their ecosystem, serving as both predator and prey. Understanding and appreciating these large amphibians helps us recognize the intricate balance of nature in our own backyards. Did you know winemakers relied on the ton for measurement? In the Middle Ages, the ton was a crucial unit for measuring wine. This large cask could hold around 252 gallons, making it a significant vessel for producers and traders alike. Winemakers poured their skills into creating flavors that delighted the palates of kings and commoners, while merchants used tons to transport vast quantities of wine across Europe. This system not only facilitated trade, but also established important routes linking vineyards to markets. As trade blossomed, so did the language of winemaking, with terms from this era echoing in today's industry. For instance, contemporary winemakers still refer to casks and barrels, reminding us of ancient practices that laid the groundwork for modern wine production. Although the ton might sound outdated now, its influence remains alive, bridging centuries of traditions. When you sip your favorite wine today, think about the journey it took from those medieval tons to your glass. What else do you think has changed in winemaking since then? Unraveling Laos' unique seasons. Why the change? In the heart of Southeast Asia lies Laos, a country that showcases a vibrant mix of cultures, stunning landscapes, and an intriguing climate. Here, the weather is characterized by two distinct seasons that really shape life in this beautiful land. The dry season stretches from November to April, when the sun shines brightly and rain is a rarity. It's the perfect time for outdoor adventures, exploring bustling markets, or taking in the breathtaking views along the Mekong River. Then comes the rainy season from May to October. During these months, the skies open up, drenching the lush greenery and filling rivers and lakes to the brim. While the rain can sometimes put a damper on plans, it also brings life to the earth, creating a stunning backdrop of vibrant colors and fertile landscapes. The rhythm of life in Laos dances to the beat of these seasonal changes, influencing everything from agriculture to festivals. With such a fascinating climate, it's no wonder that Laos captures the hearts of its visitors all year round. Ever thought about why the Great Lakes matter so much? The Great Lakes, a stunning collection of 5 large lakes in North America, hold over 20% of the world's freshwater supply, excluding glaciers. That's around 6 quadrillion gallons of water, enough to supply every person on Earth nearly 200 gallons each. This incredible resource is vital not just for drinking water, but also for industry, agriculture, and recreation. The lakes support diverse ecosystems, home to countless species of fish, birds, and plants. They also play a key role in regulating local climate, keeping areas warmer in winter and cooler in summer. Beyond their environmental importance, the Great Lakes are crucial for the economy, providing shipping routes for goods and drawing millions of tourists every year who come to enjoy their beauty. Yet these lakes face serious threats, including pollution, invasive species, and climate change. Protecting this precious freshwater treasure is essential. How can we ensure that future generations can enjoy the Great Lakes as we do now? Ever thought about why our lungs are different sizes? It turns out the left lung is a bit smaller than the right one, and the reason is quite fascinating. This size difference exists because the heart sits slightly to the left of our chest, taking up some space that the left lung would otherwise occupy. Our lungs play a crucial role in respiration, which is the process of taking in oxygen while getting rid of carbon dioxide, a waste product generated by our cells. When we breathe in, oxygen travels into the lungs where it enters tiny air sacs called alveoli. Here, oxygen passes into the bloodstream, while carbon dioxide, which we've gathered from our body's processes, is swapped out and expelled when we breathe out. This gas exchange is vital for our survival. Every cell in our body needs oxygen to function, and without it, we wouldn't last long. So the next time you take a deep breath, remember that this incredible efficiency is thanks to our uniquely sized lungs accommodating the heart and working together to keep us alive. Did you know Amsterdam and Baku are below sea level? That's right. These two fascinating capital cities situated in the Netherlands and Azerbaijan, respectively, sit in the unusual position of being below sea level. Amsterdam, with its charming canals and historic architecture, is about 2 meters beneath the water's surface. This unique geography stems from centuries of land reclamation, where the Dutch have cleverly drained wetlands and created a series of dikes to protect their low-lying land from the sea. What makes Baku even more intriguing is that it's around 28 meters below sea level along the coast of the Caspian Sea, making it the lowest national capital on Earth. The Caspian Sea itself is a fascinating body of water, known for its unique biodiversity and being the largest enclosed inland body of water in the world. Both cities showcase extraordinary human ingenuity in adapting to their challenging environments, with innovative engineering techniques, beautiful architecture, and vibrant culture that attract millions of visitors each year. Can you imagine living in a city that's literally below the water? It's a remarkable feat of nature and human resilience. Ever heard of a kingdom with a single ruler? In the tiny nation of Brunei, nestled on the island of Borneo, there's a fascinating example of absolute monarchy. This means that the Sultan holds almost total power over the country, and under Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah's reign, this system has remained intact. The Sultan isn't just a figurehead, he makes all the big decisions, from laws to economic policies. Interestingly, Brunei is one of only 2 countries in Asia that still follow this governance model, remaining unique in a world where most nations have shifted to democratic systems. Wealth is another striking aspect of Brunei's monarchy. Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah boasts personal riches estimated at an eye-watering $20 billion. This incredible wealth stems from the country's abundant oil and gas resources, making it one of the richest individuals globally. With such enormous power and wealth, the Sultan has sculpted a life in Brunei that combines traditional opulence with modern amenities. The nation thrives on its newfound prosperity, illuminating the intriguing dynamics of power, wealth, and governance in today's world. You won't believe this about army tanks. In 1932, the U.S. Army came up with a wild idea to use helium-filled tanks that could float right over enemy trenches. Imagine a tank drifting above the battlefield, seemingly invincible and ready to surprise the opposition. But this innovative concept faced a serious problem. The tanks were way too easy to pop. Just like a kid's birthday balloon, the helium didn't provide the durability needed for combat. As a result, the Army scrapped the floating tank idea, realizing that floating tanks might sound cool but wouldn't hold up in the heat of battle. This curious chapter in military history shows how even the most creative ideas can sometimes go awry. Instead of gliding over the battlefield, armored vehicles evolved towards sturdier designs that prioritize strength and reliability. Today, tanks are built for power and protection, but it's fascinating to think about how the combination of helium and tanks almost changed warfare. What other wild inventions have been tried in history? It sounds unbelievable, but snow can keep you warm. You wouldn't expect frozen water to save you from freezing, but that's exactly what snow does inside an igloo. Though cold to the touch, snow is a great insulator because it traps air. When Inuit peoples shape blocks of compressed snow into domes, those blocks form a network of air pockets that slow heat loss. Even in Arctic temperatures of 30 degrees or colder, the inside of an igloo can rise to 0 degrees or above with just body heat and a candle. It's not warm by tropical standards, but it's a life-saving difference. The science is simple but brilliant. Air conducts heat poorly, and snow, being mostly air, becomes a shield. For centuries, the igloo has been a shelter of survival, a masterpiece of indigenous engineering built entirely from what nature provides in the harshest environment on Earth. Did you know camels have fascinating differences? While most people picture a camel with one hump, there are actually two distinct species, the dromedary and the Bactrian camel. The dromedary, with its single hump, makes up about 90% of the world's camel population and is perfectly adapted to the hot deserts of North Africa and the Middle East. It can survive for long stretches without water, drinking up to 30 gallons in one go when it finally finds it. On the other hand, the Bactrian camel, famous for its two humps, is a tough survivor in the frigid deserts of Central Asia. These humps are like storage tanks, filled with fat that the camel can use for energy when food is scarce. Both species have unique adaptations that help them thrive in harsh environments, from their specialized feet that prevent them from sinking into the sand to their bushy eyebrows and long eyelashes that protect their eyes from blowing sand. Isn't it amazing how nature has equipped these incredible animals to handle some of the toughest climates on Earth? Can you imagine thousands of redheads parading through one city? In Tilburg, Netherlands, something magical happens each year. Over 20,000 natural redheads from more than 80 countries gather for Redhead Days. What began as a photography project grew into a global celebration of genetic rarity, identity, and pride. With parades, group portraits, storytelling, art workshops, and music, it's a sea of copper, auburn, and strawberry blonde like nowhere else on Earth. Attendees exchange tips on hair care, sun protection, and dealing with stereotypes. But this isn't just about hair, it's about connection. Redheads make up less than 2% of the global population, and here they find community and confidence. The festival proves that diversity deserves more than tolerance. It deserves joyful, unapologetic celebration. Prepare to be amazed by the universe's star count. Did you know that there are more stars in the universe than all the grains of sand on every beach on Earth? It's hard to wrap your mind around, but estimates suggest there are around 1 septillion stars out there. Yes, that's a 1 followed by 24 zeros. To put this in perspective, our own Milky Way galaxy is home to between 100 and 400 billion stars, making it just one of potentially trillions of galaxies spread across the cosmos. Imagine looking at a beach and thinking about the countless grains of sand. Now picture that number multiplied by an unimaginable amount when you think about the stars above you. Each star could potentially host its own solar system, and who knows, maybe some even have life. So the next time you gaze up at the night sky, remember that you are witnessing just a tiny glimpse of a vast, dazzling universe, filled with far more stars than we can truly comprehend. Discover Brazil's vibrant cultures and languages. Brazil is a land bursting with diversity, especially when it comes to its indigenous populations in the Amazon rainforest. Home to around 70 different indigenous groups, this region is a treasure trove of rich cultures and traditions, each with unique stories to tell. Shockingly, these groups speak between 180 to 190 distinct native languages, showcasing an incredible linguistic variety that brings life to their heritage. While Portuguese is the official language and makes Brazil the largest Portuguese-speaking country in the world, the multitude of indigenous languages serves as a vibrant reminder of the country's deep-rooted connections to its ancestral past. Imagine walking through the Amazon, where every group has its own dialect, folklore, and practices that have been passed down through generations. This linguistic and cultural diversity is not just a backdrop, it's a living, breathing part of Brazil's identity. As Brazil continues to evolve, the preservation of these languages and traditions becomes even more crucial, allowing future generations to connect with their rich history and unique ways of life. Guess what really drives wealthy people's happiness? Scientific research shows that while having money can boost happiness levels compared to being broke, it often comes with a surprising twist. Wealth can make people less generous. This means that as individuals accumulate more riches, they might be less inclined to share or help others. Studies suggest that wealthier folks often focus more on their own needs and desires rather than on giving back to their communities. For instance, millionaires might donate large sums to charity, but when viewed in proportion to their total wealth, their generosity often pales in comparison to that of those with less money. It's a curious contradiction. More wealth might mean more happiness for some, but it can lead to a decrease in the spirit of giving. So what does this tell us about the relationship between money and kindness? Perhaps it's a reminder that true happiness isn't just about having money, it's also about reaching out and helping those around us. Here's a wild fact about dragon fruit. This tropical treat, also known as pitahaya, boasts an appearance that looks like something straight out of a fantasy novel. With bright pink or yellow scales and green-tipped spikes, it's like Mother Nature caught a little creative spark. But the real magic happens when you slice it open. Inside, you'll discover a vibrant white or pink flesh, dotted with tiny black seeds, giving it a unique texture and an inviting look. The taste is mild and subtly sweet, making it perfect for smoothies, fruit salads, or just enjoying fresh on its own. Not only is dragon fruit visually stunning, but it also packs a punch when it comes to nutrition. It's low in calories and rich in vitamin C, fiber, and antioxidants. Some even say it can help boost your immune system and promote healthy skin. Whether you're diving into one for the first time or adding it to a trendy dish, dragon fruit is sure to bring a splash of tropical joy to your day. Have you ever wondered why twins speak their own language? Around 40% of twins develop a fascinating phenomenon called cryptophagia, a private language made up of invented words, phrases, and even grammar that only they understand. Secret communication often begins in infancy, when twins spend so much time together that they start mirroring each other's early speech. These invented dialects can be rich and complex, often unintelligible to parents and outsiders. While the phenomenon usually fades once children are exposed to formal language in school, it offers a glimpse into how the human brain seeks to build structure and connection, even in isolation. Cryptophagia isn't just cute, it's a powerful demonstration of how language evolves socially and cognitively. In twins, we see an accelerated microcosm of linguistic invention that echoes the way entire human languages may have first formed. Is it true Titanic's sister ship nearly sank first? Most people know the story of Titanic, but few realize that its older sister, RMS Olympic, almost met disaster before Titanic ever sailed. In 1911, Olympic collided with the British warship HMS Hawke near Southampton, tearing open two compartments. Though it didn't sink, the incident revealed vulnerabilities in the ship's hull design. Despite this close call, the White Star Line made only minor tweaks when building Titanic. Less than a year later, Titanic famously hit an iceberg and sank. Historians now speculate that if Olympic had received a full structural overhaul, the lessons learned might have saved Titanic. Instead, corners were cut and tragedy struck. It's a haunting case of history's warning signs being ignored, and a chilling reminder of how close calls don't always change course in time. Is it really true that car ownership is changing fast? Despite an increase in household car ownership from 2015 to 2022, a surprising trend is emerging. The total number of vehicles on American roads has actually decreased over the past 30 years. This shift suggests a fascinating change in how families view car ownership. Many households that once had multiple cars are now opting for just one or two. Factors driving this trend include the rise of ride-sharing services like Uber and Lyft, which offer convenient alternatives to owning a second car. Additionally, urban living arrangements are changing, with more people moving to cities where public transport's easily accessible. Environmental awareness plays a role too, as folks become more conscientious about their carbon footprint. Interestingly, younger generations are more inclined to prioritize experiences over possessions, leading to a rethinking of car ownership. With all these shifts in mind, one has to wonder, what does the future hold for American roads and our relationship with cars? Is it really true that volcanoes live underwater? Absolutely. In fact, about 70% of Earth's volcanoes are found beneath the waves, forming a hidden world of fiery activity beneath the ocean's surface. These underwater volcanoes, or seamounts, can create massive mountains that rival and sometimes exceed the heights of famous land-based peaks like Mount Everest. You might be surprised to learn that these submerged giants play a crucial role in shaping our planet. As they erupt, they release gases and nutrients into the ocean, fueling marine life and affecting global climate patterns. Some of the most spectacular underwater volcanic eruptions even create new islands, like the one that emerged in Tonga in 2015. While we often think of volcanoes as dramatic land features, the underwater realm is just as important and exciting. Scientists continue to explore this underwater landscape, discovering unique ecosystems and studying how these volcanoes affect both ocean health and the Earth's geology. So next time you think of volcanoes, remember that a vast majority are thriving below the surface, keeping our planet dynamic and ever-changing. Prepare to be amazed by America's vast cattle pastures. Over 1/3 of all land in the contiguous United States is used as pastures for cattle, covering an impressive 654 million acres. That's about 2.6 million square kilometers, making up a whopping 35% of the total land area. This decision to dedicate such a large portion of land to cattle grazing reflects the importance of beef production in American agriculture. When you include cropland that grows feed specifically for cows, the land used for this industry jumps to 41%. Think about it. Every time you enjoy a steak or hamburger, consider the vast landscapes that contribute to that meal. These pastures provide not just food, but also significant economic activity and livelihoods for countless farmers. However, they also pose challenges like land management and environmental impacts. As we enjoy the benefits of these pastures, it's crucial to balance agricultural needs with environmental stewardship. Isn't it fascinating how much land plays a role in our food systems? Here's a wild fact about the world's busiest island. Java, an island in Indonesia, holds the title of the most populated island on our planet, boasting a staggering population of over 140 million people. Imagine a place where so many lives are woven together. That's an average of about 1,000 people per square kilometer, which means you won't find a quiet corner easily. It's like living in a bustling hive where vibrant cultures blend together, making Java an incredibly diverse melting pot of languages, traditions, and cuisines. From the bustling capital city of Jakarta, known for its towering skyscrapers and traffic jams, to the serene beauty of ancient temples like Borobudur, Java offers a mix of urban life and natural wonders. The island's fertile land supports agriculture, providing rice and spices, while its rich cultural heritage, including music and art, thrives amidst the hustle and bustle. Though the high population density presents challenges like overcrowding and pollution, it also fosters a sense of community among its inhabitants. Java's dynamic atmosphere and incredible diversity make it a fascinating place to explore. Have you ever wondered what lies beyond the universe? It's a fascinating thought. The universe has no physical edge like a wall you could bump into. Instead, there's something called the cosmological horizon, which sits about 46.6 billion light-years away from us. Think of it as the limit of what we can observe. It's the farthest point from which light has had time to reach us since the Big Bang burst into existence over 13 billion years ago. Beyond this boundary, things get really interesting. Scientists suggest that the universe may extend forever in all directions, meaning it could be infinite. Alternatively, parts of it might loop back around, creating a kind of cosmic hallway with no end. Imagine traveling in one direction forever, only to find yourself back where you started. This idea challenges our understanding of space and time, showing just how mysterious and vast our universe truly is. So next time you gaze at the night sky, remember, there's a whole lot more out there, beyond what our eyes can see. Zombies were never about brains until Hollywood said so. The word zombie comes from West African and Haitian spiritual beliefs, not movie monsters. Derived from the Congo term nzambi, meaning spirit of the dead, the zombie was once a tragic figure, someone enslaved through dark magic, not a rotting corpse with a hunger for brains. Haitian voodoo lore described individuals buried alive, drugged into submission, and later revived in zombie-like states. In the 1800s, Western explorers sensationalized these accounts, while anthropologists discovered the real cause: neurotoxins like tetrodotoxin from pufferfish, creating a catatonic trance. Hollywood morphed this into cannibalistic horror during the Cold War era, feeding cultural anxieties. The zombie we know today is a far cry from its original roots, a chilling case of myth, misunderstanding, and media mutation. What's the difference between bananas and plantains? You might be surprised to learn that in North America, we refer to many different kinds of bananas simply as bananas. However, plantains, which are another type of banana family member, are often misunderstood. While both come from the same family, plantains are generally firmer, starchier, and less sweet than their dessert banana cousins. You might notice that plantains often have a thicker skin and are usually cooked before eating, making them a staple in many savory dishes around the world. Bananas, on the other hand, are the ones we usually munch on raw, with their creamy texture and delightful sweetness, making them perfect for a quick snack or in smoothies. Interestingly, while bananas can be grown and consumed fresh, plantains are often found cut up and fried, baked, or boiled, revealing their versatility in culinary traditions. So the next time you're at the grocery store, take a moment to appreciate the differences between these two fruits, because they each add their own unique flavor to our meals. Bananas are surprising little fruit powerhouses, aren't they? You might find it hard to believe, but bananas are actually slightly radioactive. This intriguing fact comes down to potassium, which is a key nutrient found in bananas. About 0.01% of the potassium in bananas is potassium-40, a naturally occurring isotope that is radioactive. But before you start worrying about munching on too many bananas, let's put this into perspective. The level of radiation in bananas is extremely low. So low, in fact, that you'd have to eat about 10,000 of them in one sitting for it to pose any kind of health risk. In fact, you encounter more radiation from everyday activities, like flying in an airplane or even having a chest X-ray. This natural radioactivity is just one of the many reasons bananas are fascinating. Not only are they a delicious and nutritious snack, rich in vitamins and minerals, but they also come with a little science surprise that makes them even more interesting. So the next time you enjoy a banana, you can share this quirky fact with your friends. Hard to believe, but Michigan has stunning landmarks. The Great Lakes, often called Michigan's freshwater seas, boast some of the most breathtaking views in the country. With over 3,200 miles of shoreline, these lakes offer a spectacular backdrop for outdoor activities and sightseeing. Picture standing atop the iconic Sleeping Bear Dunes, where you can gaze out over the glistening waters of Lake Michigan, or explore the scenic Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore, featuring colorful sandstone cliffs that soar high above the lake. Not only can you hike scenic trails or kayak along the shores, but you can also experience the unique ecosystem of these freshwater bodies, filled with diverse wildlife and stunning landscapes. Whether you're enjoying a peaceful sunset on the lake or taking an adventurous sailing trip, Michigan's landmarks invite everyone to appreciate their beauty. So, why not plan a trip to explore these magnificent sights? You'll be amazed at what you discover amidst the natural wonders of the Great Lakes. Ready for a cool surprise about ice cream? Did you know that New Zealand is the reigning champ when it comes to ice cream consumption? According to the International Dairy Association, Kiwis enjoy more ice cream per person than anyone else on the planet. This delightful treat has become a significant part of their culture, with a wide variety of flavors reflecting the country's unique tastes. The United States takes second place, showing just how much Americans love their frozen desserts too. Ice cream is not only a refreshing treat on a hot day, but also a social experience, often enjoyed during gatherings, celebrations, and even family traditions. In New Zealand, local dairy farms provide fresh ingredients, which means their ice cream is often made from high-quality milk and creamy goodness. Whether it's a classic vanilla scoop or innovative flavors like Feijoa or Hokey Pokey, the passion for ice cream runs deep in these countries. So next time you indulge in a cone or a sundae, remember you're part of a global love for this sweet delight. Here's a wild fact about stunning train journeys. The Flum Railway in Norway is often celebrated as one of the most breathtaking train rides on the planet. Wind your way through jagged mountains and serene fjords, you'll quickly see why it earns such high praise. Stretching about 12 miles, this railway takes you from the charming village of Flom, nestled at the end of a fjord, up to Myrdal Station, which sits over 2,800 feet above sea level. Along the way, you'll be treated to views that look straight out of a postcard, cascading waterfalls shooting down steep cliffs, lush green valleys, and even snow-capped peaks, depending on the season. It's a ride that seems to pause time, allowing travelers to soak in nature's splendor. Whether you're an avid train enthusiast or just looking for a unique experience, the Flom Railway beckons with its beauty and adventure. So why not hop aboard and witness the stunning Norwegian scenery for yourself? It's not just a journey, it's an unforgettable adventure. What if I told you Dubai is more than luxury? This stunning metropolis in the United Arab Emirates dazzles visitors with its breathtaking skyline, highlighted by the iconic Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building, and the opulent Burj Al Arab, known for its luxurious amenities. Yet Dubai is not just about high-end living, it's a playground for adventure seekers too. You can shop for the latest fashion trends in sprawling malls or explore the vast desert on exhilarating safaris. For thrill seekers, imagine skydiving over the picturesque Palm Jumeirah or hitting the slopes at Ski Dubai inside the Mall of the Emirates, where snow-covered mountains await. Beyond these modern attractions, Dubai beautifully intertwines tradition and culture, offering vibrant markets and historical sites that tell the story of its rich heritage. This remarkable city encapsulates a journey from the ancient past to a futuristic present, making it a unique destination that leaves every visitor in awe. Ready to experience the magic of Dubai? Ever wondered why winter feels so magical? There's something truly enchanting about the winter season that beckons us to explore and appreciate the beauty around us. From cozy nights by the fire to snowy landscapes that look like they came straight out of a fairy tale, winter paints a stunning backdrop for adventure. Each destination has its own special charm, whether it's the twinkling lights of a festive market, the thrill of skiing down a snow-covered slope, or the peaceful silence of a snowy forest. It's a time for shared moments, like snowball fights with friends or sipping hot cocoa with loved ones. Every place reveals a unique winter wonderland, making the season feel like a giant invitation to embrace joy and exploration. People often gather for local traditions, create lifelong memories, and find beauty in the chilly air and beautiful scenery. So while you might be bundling up, don't forget that winter offers its own kind of warmth through the connections we make and the adventures we share.